Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to play a role in this Emerging Leaders Summit. Although CK gave me a mission to prepare a talk regarding the work and life balance, it might be the most difficult part of my life as an EP physician. Nothing to disclose. Okay, let's start from what is WOLABL. Work and life balance is initially described by Mr. Kastner in middle 1800, and there was an industrial revolution, and the average life expectancy of workers was just 18 years old at that time. Afterward, UK journalists in 1970s and US journalists in 1986 used this terminology. In Korea, after the activation of 52-hour limit labor law, WOLABL has been activated and actively discussed. And actually, the Korean citizens in their 20s and 30s has a big interest in WOLABL. And compared to their older generation, they pursue freedom and happiness rather than the financial wealth. So they are interested in the home management, food, travel, beauty, or physical training, balancing their work and career. Okay, at this moment, because there are huge personal variations in their concept of work and life balance, so I picked up the interviews from three cardiologists, old professor, very junior EP, and the young and active EP physicians. Let's listen to their interviews.
Hello, my work-life balance myself, but I think it depends
He's
on
a president of Severance
how much,
Cardiovascular Hospital, 58 years old male.
we are proud of position and achievement. Korean culture-wise, you know what? Korea is sometimes very conservative, like a military culture in medicine. It takes time and efforts to get inside main society. But once you are accepted, then you are really the part of the family. It looks like the mafia. Actually, when I was a junior staff, I went to work before 5:30 in the morning and finished it around 11 p.m. along with lots of personal gatherings. But it was 20 years ago. There are many warm-hearted people around you, but it takes time until you find it. Coming back to work-life balance, let's say the Korean work culture in hospital is changing everywhere. For example, the plunging of the medical trainees, soaring of medical legal programs, unlimited competition, high volume of hospital with cutting-edge techniques, and relatively low salary for doctors compared with other professions. So in my life, I always keep in mind 4H for my work-life balance. First H is humble. I realized that there are so many people more excellent than me. Second H is honest. Whenever I decide on something, I always think, be honest. Third H is hardworking. If you do not work hard, you cannot achieve your goals. The last H is human networking. I knew I'm here with the help of many. Okay, my message for work-life balance to you is to keep your eyes and mind open and make you different in your life. Thank you. Hello.
Okay, next one is the assistant professor. Just started his faculty career.
Cardiovascular Hospital in Korea. Actually, this is the first year as an attending physician. Compared to the life in the fellowship training, my work life balance has been literally broken. Does life get better if I would be a senior doctor? Many senior doctors around me always told me the workload even will go up until the time of retirement in this aspect. Really frustrating, isn't it? So I decided to find my own way and set my own principles to create a better balance. First of all, I accepted there is no perfect work-life balance. It is not always possible to have an extremely productive day at work and leave early to spend the other half of the day with my family. Someday we might focus on more on work, while the other days we might have more time to spend my family or alone. I think balance should be pursued over time, not each day. Second, I made my own rule to have a home dinner with my family at least 3 times a week and spend at least a day of weekend for myself and my family. Lastly, I started swimming regularly, plan to learn playing tennis, prioritizing my health. I hope our junior EP doctors like me can manage our work and our life eventually. Thank you.
Okay, last one is the
Hello, I'm ETU Vascular Hospital, Electrophysiology Division. Before I start, I honestly don't know if I'm the right candidate to talk about this topic, work-life balance. It seems very difficult to achieve for me. For example, it's 9:30 p.m. and I'm still in the office. When I work at the hospital during working hours, my boss or senior talk to me, you are not enough. You need to create more products. And when I go back home, my wife says, you are not enough. You need to pay more attention to me and our kids. Like this, there are many hurdles to achieve a work-life balance. So the first step will be to accept that there is no perfect work-life balance. And I think it's important to have pride in what I do for patient or for academic progress. In that way, my spouse, companion, really respects and understands my working hours. And then set achievable goals of the day, weeks, and months, and cutting out the tasks that have little value. And lastly, I think it's important to know that my job shouldn't be my entire life, no matter how big it may be. So I try to make time for myself, my health, and my family. Well, what I have said so far is not what I am good at, but what I hope to do well in the future. So I want to hear more wise stories from other teachers in this session to achieve that goal. Thank you.
Okay, we'll listen 3 speakers the interview, and the first one, if I summarize those opinions, first one is president of Severance Cardiovascular Hospital, full professor. He mentioned about the old patient like mafia, struggle to come into the inner circle, and he emphasized 4 H's, but he never commented about the family care. Okay, and the very young clinical assistant professor, he just started a faculty career. He is quite ambitious for world level, and he tried to use half of day for his family, 3 times home dinner with family, regular exercise. I'm not sure he's doing well. And the last one is active EP physician assistant professor. He complained about the endless requirements from both working place and home. And he planned the daily schedule, long-term schedule, self-esteem. But still, there are so many hurdles between idea and reality. So he planning escape from the hospital to United States as soon as possible for the sabbatical. Okay, let's check the fact at this point. In 1984, Milan Kundera wrote a novel titled The Unbearable Lightness of Existence. YOLO, you only live once, has a similar philosophy and background to this novel. The fact is, life is short, but your current work is even shorter. At this moment, we have to think, who will stay with me for the longest time? Probably the key person in your life is your spouse. I'm sorry, I did not imagine the life of unmarried people. So, okay, for your proper work and life balance, I would like to recommend 2 facts. Number 1, convince or compromise with your spouse. Otherwise, make yourself or your spouse give up something. So for the practical explanation, I made a decision tree that we are used to. And let's suppose some work is assigned to you. First, you need to think over whether it is valuable work or not. If no, just go home and take care of your family. If yes, imagine your wife also agree it is valuable work. If no, go home. If yes, check your wife also respects your working time and your working schedule. If no, go home. If yes, finish your work before your family complains. If you finish your work at the appropriate time safely, that might be safe and satisfactory day. If it is delayed quite, please prepare for the backfire from your wife. But the real problem is when you have to go home too often because you cannot get your spouse agreement. If it happens less than 3 times a week, you have to try better to your family. If it happens more than 4 times a week, probably that is a real problem. You need to consider changing your job, a wife, or lifestyle seriously. So there is no clear answer to all of that for EP physicians, but my last word is pray more, and true wisdom comes when you give up something. Thank you very much for your attention.